Known for its power and ferocious bite, the Komodo dragon is the largest lizard in the world, weighing in at 250 pounds and up to 10 feet long. They can take down water buffalo. More typically, though, they eat smaller animals such as birds, deer, and wild pigs. They also scavenge for carrion and are known to be cannibalistic. They are opportunistic hunters and can eat up to 80% of their body weight in a single feeding. They use their strong neck muscles to rip meat from a carcass and can survive on just one meal each month, owing to their slow metabolism. In short bursts, Komodo dragons can run up to 13 miles per hour, but can track injured prey across many miles using their keen sense of smell. They flick their tongues in and out of their mouths repeatedly, tasting the air. A chemoreceptor, known as the Jacob's organ, in the roof of the mouth, then detects the olfactory molecules in the air, telling the dragon in which direction to move. The Komodo dragon is well known for the toxicity of its bite, but this has become an area of dispute in recent years. It was once thought that their saliva contains so much bacteria that their prey, once bitten, dies from infection, allowing the dragons to feast at their leisure. It has now been found that the bacteria inside the Komodo's mouth is merely reminiscent of its latest meal. More recently, scientists have found that there is a venom gland inside the dragon's mouth. This venom is released when they bite their prey. Analysis shows that the venom has similar properties to that of the inland taipan, the world's most venomous snake. The venom induces low blood pressure, shock, and acts as an anticoagulant, increasing blood loss. Although bacteria and venom certainly play an important role in killing the prey animals, blood loss from the gaping wounds is often the main cause. Water buffalo, however, which are not natural prey for the Komodo dragon, as they were introduced to the islands by humans, are big enough to survive the attack. These animals typically die from wound infection a day or two later. Komodo dragons are typically solitary animals. However, they come together for breeding and sometimes feeding. Injured prey will often attract multiple dragons, which then feed together. Komodo dragons reach sexual maturity around 9 or 10 years old. The breeding season runs from July to September, and males battle for domination by wrestling each other, often standing upright on their hind legs to throw their opponent onto the ground. Komodo dragons reproduce once a year. They can lay up to 30 eggs, which they bury in the ground, and take 8 months to hatch. There are thought to be approximately 3,000 dragons living in the wild, rendering them vulnerable by the IUCN. Recently, it has been discovered that female dragons can also reproduce asexually. This was observed for the first time in 2006 in Chester Zoo in the UK. Although reproducing in this way only occurs under certain environmental conditions and seems to only generate male offspring. Komodo dragons are found on some of the lesser Sunda Islands in Southeast Asia. They are located between Australia and Borneo. Of these volcanic islands, the dragons only live on 5 of them: Rinca, Komodo, Gili, and Padar Islands, all located within the Komodo National Park. The habitat is dominated by tropical forest and savanna woodlands. Often island species, such as the Komodo dragon, are at risk from environmental and climatic changes. This is because they tend to have small population sizes, low genetic diversity, and strong adaptation to their very specific environment. Rising sea levels pose a risk to low-lying islands such as those found in Komodo National Park. As you can see, Komodo dragons are extremely strong animals and have amazing qualities. But can they cope in Australia? The climate of Komodo National Park is tropical and consists of a dry season and a wet season. The mean temperatures throughout the year are around 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Despite having a wet season, much of the region is arid. Australia, in comparison, has multiple climates owing to its immense size. It's mostly arid, except for the tropical north and temperate south. The mean temperatures across Australia is very similar to Komodo National Park, with an annual mean temperature of 27 degrees Celsius or 81 degrees Fahrenheit. The similar climates between the Indonesian islands of the Komodo National Park and Australia suggest that, from a reproductive point of view, Komodo dragons could successfully lay and hatch eggs in Australia. Both the tropical climate in the extreme north of Australia and the arid climate covering large parts of the country mirror the climatic conditions found in Indonesia. There are predators in Australia that Komodo dragons would have to compete with for food and territory. Dingoes are Australia's top predator, and their behavior can tell us how well another predatory species would do if introduced to Australia. Dingoes eat a vast range of vertebrates and invertebrates, from kangaroos, deer, goats, and rabbits to reptiles, birds, and insects. Research shows that the dingo's diet is determined by location. Dingoes living in the arid, central region of Australia eat smaller prey such as reptiles, birds, and rabbits, whilst those living in the temperate and subtropical regions have access to medium and large mammals such as kangaroos. Depending on the Komodo dragon's range and preferred habitat within Australia, we could see them hunting a variety of species. In Indonesia, this is exactly what the dragons do. Younger dragons eat insects and small lizards, but adult dragons often eat birds and small mammals, as well as the larger species such as goats and deer. Having a broad range of diets would help the Komodo dragon to adapt and thrive in Australia. It means that food sources would be plentiful and varied. The Australian environment lends itself to a multitude of reptile species. 211 snake species, of which 100 are venomous, thrive there, as well as the well-known salt and freshwater crocodiles. Australia also hosts geckos, skinks, and monitor lizards. The lace monitor can grow over 6 feet long and weigh up to 13 kilograms. Komodo dragons are related to monitor lizards, although the lace monitor would be no match for the Komodo dragon. Its success in Australia can be attributed to its adaptation to its climate and environment. Like the Komodo dragon, lace monitors possess mild venom and are carnivorous, hunting reptiles, mammals, and birds, as well as eating carrion. They are also diurnal and solitary animals. All in all, the lace monitor is very similar to the Komodo dragon. It may not be as big or as powerful as the Komodo, but it hunts, behaves, and lives in a comparable manner. If Komodo dragons were to inhabit Australia, the characteristics it shares with the monitor lizard could cause fierce competition. Although Komodo dragons could feed on prey that was too big for the lace monitor, they also consume smaller species that could pose a threat to the food source of the monitor lizards. It is possible that Komodo dragons could thrive in Australia and even outcompete the monitor lizards already found there. Now that you've heard our opinion, we want to know yours. What do you think would happen if Komodo dragons were relocated to Australia? We're waiting for your answers in the comments. That's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. You can also leave a comment with what you would like to see in the following videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.